Hello, Jace Perry here. Okay, so how do you sell 700 AI books as a complete beginner? One of my students has just done that. What's so cool is Ryan's complete beginner before we go on my program. He's got a full-time job. He started selling books around February, I think. He sold 100 in the first month, 200 in the second month, and now he's gone into 416 last month. It's going to keep growing. So that's the great thing about AI books. If you don't know, you create the book once, sits on Amazon. If you do the right things, that book will keep making you money. Most people don't do that. That's why they don't make any money or not consistent money. So I'm going to show you now in this video how to do it. Right, so if you imagine Amazon here, there's all these books on Amazon, okay? And then we've got the customers. Let's just put the customers here. Customers are buying those books, and then we do the sellers are collecting the royalties. Now, think about the 80-20 rule, because it always rings true. It's kind of profound, it's kind of weird, but it's always the case. If you don't know what 80-20 means, it means that 80% of the customers are buying just 20% of the books. Yeah. So what most beginners do, if you say the beginners are 80% of the people here, they're focusing on the bottom 80% of books. So this is the 80% of books they're focusing on. But those 80% of the books, only 20% of the money is going to 80% of the books. That makes sense? Okay. So if you think 20% money is going to these 80 books, and then that little bit of money is being distributed amongst all these self-publishers. That's why they're not making any money. Okay. This is what most beginners do. Right. What Ryan is doing is he's focusing on the top 20% of books, and the top 20% is where 80% of the money is going to this 20%. Yeah. So all this money now, 80% of the cash coming through the books, that's going to only 20% of the sellers. So just this one guy here. Okay. So my strategy is very, very simple. If you're going to do this, okay, just say you here, say you're coming on to self-publishing books. The simplest way to make money, and this is the thing that I push, is just focus on this here. Yes, there's a lot more competition. Yes, your books have to be good enough. But Ryan's a complete beginner. And here's the cool thing. With AI now, you don't need to be some magician, don't need to be some amazing author, don't even need to know how to write a book. Ryan's not written a single word, and he's making books that are sitting in the top 20% now, and will keep growing. See, the battlefield's been leveled now with AI. So now's a good time to do this. Don't need any experience whatsoever, thanks to AI. All right. So if you think now all you're doing is creating books with the single focus of being in this top 20%, then competition's higher. You do have to do better books, but eventually your books will start making sales, and there's longevity there because there's a lot more money in here. Instead of the guys here, they're basically fighting over the scraps. Like this bottom 80% is like, color books, where the money's so low, so many of them doing it because it's so easy. Right. When all it takes is a few adjustments, knowing who to target, how to do a good book, and then if your sole focus is on that, then eventually one of these books will start making sales, and that's how you make a lot of money, because you're in the right place to make a lot of money, and that's all Ryan's doing. Okay, I'll leave a link to my step-by-step program below if you want to create your first AI book to the top 20% and actually look at making good money from this. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.